guys, it's Tina and I am back, and I am here with this glamorous holiday party look. I did a cut crease, I did glitter liner, I did bold red lips, and I'm wearing a fancy dress because I am actually on my way to my company's holiday party, and I decided to go ahead and film me getting ready. So you're gonna actually see what I wore to the party. And if you want to see how I got this look, then stay tuned and I'll talk to you soon. Hey there guys, so as usual I'm starting out with a cleanly washed face and a party attitude apparently. And the first thing I'm going in with is my By Terry Balm de Rose lip balm, just to hydrate my lips while I prepare the rest of my face. Then I'm gonna grab my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, which is a treat and transform moisturizer, and I apply this around my cheek area and my mouth because I've been getting a little bit dry there during the colder months, so I just apply this cream, which is very soothing and moisturizing. Now I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my eyebrows, and I apply a eyeshadow primer around my brows to begin with, just to give my eyebrow pencil something to grab onto. And my brow pencil that I love and adore is the Urban Decay Brow Beater, and I use the shade Neutral Brown. And I use this pencil just to outline the shape of my brow and extend the tail end. And I'm just creating that shape using very short strokes. And at the start of my brow, I will just do very short strokes to create some volume there, as if we had actual hair. I'm grabbing my Paula Eye Definer flat brush just to work that product through and soften the pencil line so it doesn't look as harsh. And then I'm going in with my Dior 3D Brow Kit in the shade Dark, and I'm grabbing a little bit of the powders, mixing the two together just to fill in any sparse areas. Now I'm going in with my Urban Decay Anti-Aging Primer Potions. I'm going to apply this to my lids to help prevent my eyeshadows from creasing throughout wear. Next, I'm going to grab my concealer. This is the Makeup Forever Full Cover Concealer, which I absolutely love. I'm using the shade number 12, and I'm applying this directly beneath my brows and also on my lid space. And this is going to act as an eyeshadow base and also help clean up the shape of the brows by creating a crisp line and hiding any of the stray hairs that didn't get tweezed. And I'm just using my Anastasia number 18 concealer brush to help define that underside of the brow. And then I'll go in with my Real Techniques Deluxe crease brush to blend out the excess product and make sure that we have a nice, even, seamless base for our eyeshadows. Then I will go ahead and grab my Makeup Forever M650 Cookie blending shade, which I absolutely adore for my transition in my crease. And I'm buffing that in my crease using a Eddie Funkhouser large crease brush. I'm grabbing the Meet Matrimony palette from The Balm, and the shade that I'm going in with is Matte Lin, which is a peachy matte shade. And I should have just gone in with this instead of using the M650 Cookie, but it's just old habits die hard. And I'm just buffing this in my crease area just like I would a transition shade. Then the next shade I'm grabbing is Matte Evans, and I'm creating a semicircle in my crease line with this shade. It's just creating a little bit of shadow and depth as I create a cut crease, because that's what we're going for today. Now I'm going in with the shade Matte Rossi, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm just building up dimension with these deeper shades and creating that semicircle cut crease with the brush. So I'm just going back and forth using windshield wiper motions to create that outline in the crease. Next, I'm going to grab a deep shade from the palette. This is Matte Reed. This is a deep red and brown shade. And I'm going to concentrate the color in my lower crease area using a small quill brush from Smith Cosmetics. This is the 230 brush, and I'm creating that intense outline on that crease for the cut crease. So I'm very lightly applying color and blending it back and forth using windshield wiper motions. And I'll go in with the Eddie Funkhouser large blending brush just to make sure we don't create any harsh lines with this shadow. Now I will slowly build up the cut crease using that small detail brush from Smith Cosmetics. It's a very great brush for doing this detailed work because it's small enough that it can add detail, but it's still fluffy where you can blend out the edges as well. And I'll always go back in with the large fluffy brush just to make sure we blend out and buff out that crease to create a nice seamless blend on that brow bone area. Now we're going into the black shade, which is Matte Ahmed. And I'm using a MAC 242 small shader brush to do this. I'm going directly against the crease line area with this brush. And again, this is a great brush for detailed work such as cut creases. So I'm using the brush to outline the crease and then going in with the Eddie Funkhouser blending brush just to make sure we blend as we go. So I'm building up color, creating the outline, and then blending out the edges as we go in. And I'll also use the small quill brush from Smith Cosmetics to buff out the edges and just slowly fade the color out. So I did the really fine detailed work with the 242 brush, and then I'll use this fluffier brush to create more of a fade. Now we're going to cut the crease using my Kat Von D high voltage primer in the shade Skin. This is such a great primer, guys, and it's great for cutting the crease and creating this kind of concealer look on the lids without being creasy. And it was on sale on our website, so if you can still grab this, try to get your hands on it. But I'm applying this on my lids using my Anastasia Beverly Hills number 18 concealer brush to create that sharp outline on the crease, and I'll blend this product all over my lid to create a base for the eyeshadows. But you see, I cleaned up the cut crease and created that shape using this detailed concealer brush just to clean up the shape. And this is an easy way to do a cut crease. You do the blending, then you clean up the shape, and I'll blend out the excess product using a Real Techniques blending brush. Again, I'll go back in with a little bit of the black eyeshadow once we have the shape cleaned up, and just go along the edges to further smoke out that cut crease area. And you'll see it gives a beautiful, really sharp effect to this eyeshadow, and it allows us to really give that fade and that blend in that brow bone area. Now, once we have the cut crease done, I'm going in with my highlight shade. This is the shade Mirage from Makeup Geek, and I'm just applying that on the underside of my brows using a MAC Cosmetics 252 large shader brush and just blending it out so it fades into that brow bone area. And then I'll just grab my loose setting powder from La Prairie and go over that primer on the lids with a large fluffy brush just to set that primer in place. And now I'm going in with my skin products. I'm grabbing my Josie Maran Surreal Skin Argan Finishing Balm, which I absolutely love for special occasions. I apply this all over my skin. This acts as a primer and a moisturizer of sorts, but it really smooths out the skin and smooths out the pores and helps my foundation glide on and last all night. Since we are going to a holiday party, I want my makeup to last all night. And since we are relying on our makeup to last the whole night, I'm going in with my Stay All Day foundation from Stila. This is in the shade Tan, and I'm just gonna buff this all over my skin. Again, a great long-lasting product. It does really mean stay all day. And this didn't get creasy, greasy, oily, or anything throughout the night. And I was dancing up a storm, and it held up the entire night. I really love this foundation as well. And I'm just buffing that over my skin, making sure that I get down on my neck using my Marc Jacobs, the Phase 3 brush. Next, I'm grabbing my concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I use the shade Deep Tan, and I'm applying that directly under my eyes and then buffing it out with a dampened beauty blender just to tap out that concealer under my eyes. This is going to cover up my dark circles, and I do actually like this concealer as well. Now I'm going to set that concealer in place using the same La Prairie Cellular Treatment Loose Powder in Translucent 2. I love this powder. It gives me a flawless finish under my eyes, and it sets everything in place, and it doesn't crease, and it just looks flawless. Now I'm going to line my upper lash line. I'm using this Marc Jacobs eyeliner. I need a new one of these because this is completely dried out. It was a hot mess to get this eyeliner on my upper lids, but I really like the eyeliner because it is waterproof and budge proof, and I needed it to last the entire night. So I'm going to go ahead and get myself a replacement one because this one was just not working. So I grabbed a L'Oreal fine tipped infallible liner to complete the wing and just give me that base for my glitter eyeliner. Next, I'm grabbing my mascara, which is the Too Faced Better Than Sex, which is my favorite mascara. It is a volumizing mascara, but I have heard people say they have problems with it clumping. I don't. I just comb my lashes through completely with the brush. Now for the glitter liner, I'm going to create this using my Lit Cosmetics Clearly Liquid Glitter Base. The glitter that I am using is the shade Vegas from Lit Cosmetics, and the size is number 3. And I'm using a very small detailed brush. This is a small liner brush from MAC Cosmetics. I believe this is the 210 liner brush. And I'm just mixing that glitter base with the glitter and applying it directly over that eyeliner that we placed down before. And I'm just following the shape of that eyeliner, and that black base will give us a great outline for the glitter liner. As you can see, really pretty look. Now I'm going to set my skin in place. I'm using my Urban Decay Ultra Definition Powder Foundation in the shade Medium Dark Golden. And I'm just pressing that into my skin using my Tarte Powder Player Large Kabuki brush. Again, another one of my favorite products. I'm just setting everything in place and giving myself a airbrush finish. And then set my brows also in place using my Clear Brow Gel from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Again, we need everything to last all night, so I'm making sure that my brows are not going to budge throughout the night. And then, of course, let's slap some lashes on. So I'm using these from the Tartist Pro line. These are the Goddess lashes, and they're cruelty-free lashes. So if you're looking for some cruelty-free mink style lashes, these are pretty decent. And I'm just going to apply that using my Revlon lash adhesive, which will hold these in place all night. And I must say, these were very comfortable and lightweight. I didn't feel them at all. Now I'm going in with this blush from MAC. It's the shade Oh My, which is a rosy pinky red blush. And I'm applying that with a Zoeva blush brush. Then I'm buffing it out using my optical blurring blush from Urban Decay, just to make sure we don't have too intense of a color on our cheeks. And then I'll go in with some contour color. This is my Valley Pressed powder from NARS, and I'm using my shape brush from Marc Jacobs to create a little bit of contour in the hollows of my cheeks and also on my hairline and temple area. Now for my lips, I'm going in with 2 lip creams from Jouer Cosmetics. The first one I'm going in with is Cerise, which is a bright cherry red shade, and I'm just applying this all over my lips for a full intense color. And then I will go in with a lip brush to make sure that we crisp up the outline of the lips, because we want to make sure that we have a sharp outline when it comes to red lipstick. Since we're going to wear this all night, I need this to stay in place, and I need it to look sharp and crisp and not smudgy like I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So I'm just crisping up the line using my Smith Cosmetics lip brush. And then I will go in with the second shade, which is Phrase Bonbon, which is a deeper red shade. And the reason I didn't use this by itself is because I really wanted this color to pop. So I'm mixing the two, which gives me more of a neon bright red than a deep vampy red. Then I'll go ahead and finish up the eyes with my lower lash mascara. This is the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara, and I'm just applying that to my lower lashes to make sure they stand out against any shadow that we're going to apply, because we are going in with some shadow. So I'm grabbing the dark shade from the palette, the Meet Matrimony palette from the Balm. It's Matte Reed. It's the deep brown shade that we used on the cut crease, and I'm using the MAC 242 just to create a little bit of smoky depth on that lower lash line. Nothing too intense. I'm trying to keep the lower lash line pretty simple, and I'm touching a little bit of black against that lower lash line as well. Again, trying to keep it very simple, nothing too intense. And I'll blend out the edges just to make sure that we don't have too much smokiness going on, but it still looks nice and sexy. Now I'm going in with my highlight, and for this I'm using the Becca highlight, the new one that I have fallen in love with. It's the shade Bronze Amber. And I'll just buff that on the tops of my cheeks using my R36 brush from Morphe to blend that in. And here you have it, guys. This is the finished look. A really simple cut crease, really beautiful with a glittery liner, which I absolutely love because it just blended well with my dress. And these lips stayed in place all night. Here's a sneaky peek of my earrings and my dress. Both are from Cara, and we'll get into the outfit a little bit later. Alright guys, so hopefully you enjoyed this get ready with me video featuring this holiday inspired look that is actually being worn to a holiday party. I love how this turned out, and it's a really simple look, and it does have this effect, like this bam in your face I did the most, but it really wasn't difficult to achieve at all. The glitter liner really makes it pop, and then the cut crease is something that you don't always see out and about. And I love doing bold looks like this that aren't necessarily difficult, but they're just very interesting and they're really eye-catching. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, picked up some tips and tricks. As usual, I'll leave a full list of the products used down below in the description box, as well as links to my Instagram and Twitter page where you can follow me along. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye guys. So as promised, here is a look at our overall outfits. First, I'll show you my husband, who is wearing all black. So black Ferragamos, black slacks, a black button-down shirt, and his blazer is actually like an antique gold. It's like a crushed velvet with gold and black. Really beautiful. It's actually a really sexy outfit. Look at him. He's really enjoying himself. And then he's gonna, hey. And now here's my dress. Like I said, it's from Cara, and it's a black and gold embellished dress. Now the sequins on this dress scratched the hell out of me. It was so uncomfortable, but it looked really great. And my shoes are BCBG Max Azria, and they're just black peep toe shoes with a T strap, and then on the back of the shoes we actually have gold studs, which matched my dress exactly. So really love how these shoes just accentuated the dress. And that is it for me, guys. I hope you guys have a safe and happy new year. See you next year. Love ya. Bye. Get down.